What's up, everybody? We're back with the old school series. Thank you so much for being patient. I really appreciate you guys' nice words on my last vlog. I feel a lot better. The stress has been gone. I had an amazing time in Korea. I went to Japan for vacation after, and I feel a lot better. I had a super epic stream 2 days ago, and I feel just more relaxed, better. There's less like headaches, all that kind of shit. So thank you for being patient. We're gonna continue with this series now. I would have loved to continue it, but as you saw from the vlog, there was just no way I could actually get that done. However, now we can. So, oh, you see that sub number? You see, that's 1,327 subs in one fucking session last time on Twitch. Oh my god. Still can't get over that. Alright, so we're gonna be battling here. We obviously know preposters from the last times, and just as a little reminder for you guys, we are playing in 2006. We took out a lot of standard kind of flops. I really think it was good for the action. I will go over the comments from the last video, but I really wanted I have like literally I have so much stuff to catch up on, because obviously when you want to cut out some stressful stuff, cut out some projects to calm down a bit and everything and rest up a bit. I have so much stuff to catch up on now, and I literally have 1.5 hours this weekend to record a YouTube video. So I wasn't able to go over all the comments, but I will. But I'm pretty sure that you guys will have liked it, because I think that there's a lot of less standard situations. There's a lot of really fucked up overpair situations where it's just kind of like a toss-up on what's happening. But I will definitely, this would be a good check raising spot actually in this day and age. But I will definitely keep an eye on that, because I do want to know, like, maybe some of you guys really like to see some of those flush versus flush hands, but I think from like a talking about point of view, it doesn't really do much for us. 7! 20. He raises. Oh lord. Don't start like this. No fucking way. Really? That's the way it starts? This fucking guy calls a raise with 9-8 offsuit? He called a raise with queen 10, honey. Alright, aces. That's a better hand. Oh! What is this? Wow, this is some next level balance. I don't mind it, actually. I mean, if you can do this sometimes, that's... Oh. Fuck, just go for it, don't you? Just fucking go for it. I'm not sure if I like it, but I mean, it works, I guess. Whoa! Wow, that's a pretty hefty raise there on the river. I have to say, I don't really understand this raise by him on the river. Did I just bet full pot on the river? Alright. Whatever, played it like a gangster. I guess this is really one of those things again where he just expects me to 3-bet a lot of aces, ace, jack, and I just kind of know that he has something if he bets a turn there, but I don't know if that's right. I think that it's more so, you know what? This fucking guy, if he's bluffing, let's look at this, right? Okay, what if he's bluffing here? I don't make anything by doing this, right? If I would have just called a 160, there would have been 530 in the pot on the river. He could bet 400, and I make a 400 extra. Let's say he has a jack. If I check call here, same scenario, right? Because we have to see how we do against bluffs and against their value hands. So let's say we call here 160, 530 in the pot, and then he bets the river with the jack 400, and I check raise all in, or I check raise to 1600. Am I really gonna get paid? Am I really gonna get paid by a jack? It looks like I have the stone fucking nuts that way, right? Like, it's just ridiculous. Like, if you check call, check raise on the river, that requires some fucking stones, which against really good regulars is a pretty fucking sick bluffing line. But alright. But now, so then in that case we would make 160 plus 400 is like 560. Now we can make 400 plus like 800 is like 1200. Now you guys do the math. Whichever of these two will win the most money in the end. I need to sneeze. You guys are so lucky I have a mute button. You'd be deaf by now. Alright, so that's kind of how you calculate it, right? Like, there's different trajectories, and then you're going to calculate how often does he call, how often does he fold, because there's some jacks that he's going to call with that, you know, as well if I do check call, check raise, but yeah. This though, this really worked out. This is a fucking 5.5k pot. Wow, that's nice. That is nice. All right, aces, just 100. Wow, we're seeing all these kind of crazy, uh, uh, creative plays with aces. You know, at least I'm better at playing poker than I am at talking. 100 under the gun. I mean, I'm definitely not saying that I like this person. Oh shit! Oh my god, here's the fucking money. Alright. That's pretty sick. Probably has kings, right? Yeah, that's pretty sick. Nice, 3,600 though. Give it! Give it. I'll fucking take it, don't worry. I am not. Oh, let's see. I'll show you how you play kings. I'll show you how you play kings. This is how you play kings. This is how you play kings. There you go. Yes, bet it. 160, nice little big bet. You know, get some value immediately from pocket nines. Oh, God. Felicitan. I definitely remember the name. I just don't remember. Jesus Christ, these lines. I mean, you can't fold, right? Like, if he had, like, let's say he has a hand like queens, people just gonna go for it on the flop. Yeah, now we're gonna 200. Yeah, well, there's no decision here, boys and girls. That's rough. That's rough. The problem with this flop is that if you see this flop, wow, why is my hold manager so slow? If you see this flop, you really know that people can have queens, jacks, tens, and people see safe boards and then they go for it, right? That happens a lot with those kind of hands. They think like, well, I just want to see if there's no ace or a king, and then I'm gonna go fucking crazy. But he has 6-5. You see, I just immediately fucking clicked the hand away. I don't want to see this anymore. 6-5. No bueno. Alright, Kalisitan again. I can imagine we're gonna flat. Ooh. Wow, look at these stacks. Jeez, I told you guys about that reload bug, right? But holy fuck. Alright, I really don't like this, actually. I think that if there's like... I think that you need to use this hand as a 4-bet bluff. I think making it like 500 here is far, far better than flatting. Also, because you're gonna get 1 or 2 people along, right? Alright. Oh god. I'm very worried about this hand. This is not... Oh god. You see, this is the fucking problem too. Wow, this guy was tough to play. I remember that Preposterous was tough to play, but Jesus Christ, he put a lot of pressure. His bet sizings are insane. And that's why, you know, you have to understand that with the Queen Jack hand, you might think that he went for value way too lightly there, but the more aggressive you play, the lighter you have to go for value. Because people are going to call you off lighter as well, right? Because you play aggressive. So you can go for lighter value bets because the hands that your opponents are going to call with are relatively weaker. So you can go for more marginal value as well. It's also really important because if you just play really crazy and play really aggressive and then you don't go for light value bets, then, you know, you're just not making enough money and you're not abusing your image enough, and you really leave a lot of money out there, and then all of a sudden your style becomes a little bit too easy to play. Because if you stop value betting lightly and you're just playing aggressive, that means that you're going to have worse hands more often than not. And especially if you're not going to go for that marginal value, people can just always call you on the river and not really be afraid, because the ratio of bluffs compared to value hands won't be correct. So that's something very important to realize, and I think that this guy does that really well, and he plays super aggro, and that's why I kind of like that he raised with the Queen Jack. In that instance, me betting the pot on the river, it was too light, but you know, like, I like the ideology behind it. That's kind of what I'm trying to say. Oh man, get out! Women and children first. Get out of this fucking hand. 700. Oh no, no, no! Oh man, nobody saw that one coming, right? 5.5k pot, no worries. Fucking smashed my TV, I'm pretty sure. Oh. This is the problem. This is just like, obviously, I mean, god, and against this fucking guy, you probably can't even fold anywhere in the hand too, but... Well, I mean, silver lining. Had I 4-bet pre-flop, I would have lost the 10k pot on 510. Alright, great. Alright, let's see what this beauty brings. Please, re-raise. Wow, I must have been really tired some of these sessions. When was this actually? 2nd of March. Alright. Wow, yeah, let's go. Not bad. Not bad. Yes, check raise that shit. It's really good if you think about draws, right? You think about what draws you want to check raise, which ones you want to just flat call sometimes. Make sure you flat call the ones that have like overcards. You know, like check calling king queen of clubs is much better than check calling hand like this. The problem with check calling with hands like this is that if you check all the flop, you can always check raise the turn. That's a very legit possibility. But if you check all the flop, you check all the turn, and then what do you do on the river when you miss? You check 6 high. You see, that's kind of where the problem is with this hand. Yeah, fuck you, dude. You're about to be felted. Haha! 9-8, are you crazy? Look at this. I have 6 high and I'm a favorite. Bang! Oh. Wow. This, I will say that this day and age in my poker career was a very rough time. Uh, 50. 5x on the button. Elkie! Oh my god, Jenny, legs, so sick. So sick, legs on the table. Elkie, holy shit. I haven't seen his name online in a while. 300. Well, I don't know, sir, but you're about to be arrested. Boom! Fuck this month, honestly. Fuck February, fuck Valentine's Day. We saw that last video. If you haven't seen the Valentine Massacre, then you have to make sure you check the last video out. It's very important to watch all of these videos. I mean, you don't have to, but you know what I mean. I want to push my views a little bit. Can't hate on that. Ape Style is one of the best tournament players ever. Still plays on the highest level too. It's incredible. He's very impressive. Very impressive specimen. Alright. Alright, we talked about this earlier, so we're not gonna be folding any turns again. Gahereman. That sounds like a STD. But we haven't really we're not gonna really fold against this guy on the turn. So we kind of want to push this guy out because now we don't really represent. Well, I mean, you could get cheeky with sets here too, I guess, flatting, keeping him in, but I mean, I don't really think it's this spot occurs so little. How do you say that? I always with fewer, much less, whatever. I always fuck that up. But this spot doesn't occur enough to be worried about balance, right? So honestly, you could flat here with sets and raise here with draws, and nobody in the world would fucking know, honestly. That said, I think it's really important to push his equity out. What if this guy has like, I don't know, if he has 5-4, for instance, it's really important to get that hand out. And I think that if I raise here, I can get a hand like that to fold. Oh, hello. Okay, well, you know, hello, innocent bystander. You want to party too, I assume. Okay. Oh, what the fuck is this? What is this guy? This guy just had A7 and just thought like, okay, I don't know. I'm just going to see where I'm at. We talked about info raises earlier. Don't do it. Only raise with a purpose. And that purpose should not be to find out where you stand. Because we use our brain for that. Alright, yeah, here we go. This is a fun sweat. Yeah, no worries, guys. No worries. Pretty dead to the flush draw, but I have 28%. There you go! Spadery! Spadery with the win. Nice. Good to see myself win a hand. God damn. I really shouldn't be recording any YouTube videos before I play poker sessions, because this shit can be tilting. Somebody in the comments said it's fun that I get more angry towards the end of a video like this when I'm recording and I see that I'm losing and stuff, so... It is true, it is true. Alright, 9-6. What do we do with 9-6 suited? We raise. Under the gun, 7-handed table. 8-handed, actually. What the fuck was this 10-handed shit? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. What? How is there 2 seats open on an 8-handed when we're 8-handed? I don't get this. I'm very confused. Don't tell me there were 10-handed tables full ring. I'm legitimately getting the shivers thinking about it. Well, I'll tell you one thing, Feldbot. That race is not gonna fly. This is pretty marginal. Or is it? Let's get it in, get this fucker out. Alright. Obviously we're gonna get called. And Booyakasha! Oh, I love that way. The trips is the nastiest way to win it. Like when you turn the 9, because then somebody's dead. If I turn the diamond, he has outs. If I turn the 6, he has outs. You know, like all that kind of stuff. Oh, then. Well, anyway, I'll take this. 2k pot. Not bad, not bad. Alright, let's see. King Jack. Preposterous raising. Wow, I have to say, like, looking back on it. I battled him a lot. Okay, so when I see this, one of the first things that I notice is that I think my game plan against him didn't always really work. I've seen a lot of big pots me playing against him now in these series, but I'm not even sure if my plan always worked against him. Which, let's say you play cash games or tournaments, especially if you play smaller fields, right? Because then you play more against the same people. What is really important is make notes on how somebody plays, things that you notice. Especially, you know, if you play poker, you need to have a program like Poker Tracker or Hold'em Manager, something like that, because then you can really go over all your hands. It doesn't really, people ask a lot, like, which one should I get? It doesn't really matter. Just pick one. I think they're actually merging, but it doesn't matter. Can you guys hear those birds outside? They're like right there. Oh my god, that's a fat fucking bird. Anyway, so if you have these programs, go over the hands that you play against one person. You can set all the perimeters and you can just say like all the filters. You can say, I want to see all the hands that I play against this person. Make notes. Look at the statistics. Look at things that you notice, right? Like sometimes you have a crazy stat, which is a really important stat in PLO. The stat was called the percentage of time somebody bets when calling the flop the turn and then the river is checked to. This is a very important stat in a game where the board's very dynamic, like PLO, right? Because the board changes so much and people can have a wide variety of hands that in PLO is a very important stat, because for some people you just saw they had 100%. So then you know, if I have a really good hand, and if I bet the flop and the turn, I should be checking a lot of rivers to these guys because they're just gonna bet pot or make a strong bet. And if you notice something like that, you can put it in a note. So you can start making a plan. And I think that's really important. And what I noticed from these hands is that against Mr. Preposterous, I did not have a plan. I really feel like I was just battling. I was just doing shit. But I did not have a plan. And we keep getting into top pair kind of situations versus him. And yes, great. I won a huge pot with aces against Queen Jack, but you know, I had top both against trips. That's not, you don't own somebody. That's always the worst thing. You don't own somebody when you win a setup, right? That's pretty good. 1200. No worries. Oh my god, that's actually, I really like that. Wow, we got called too. He had ace of hearts, which is a really important blocker for him, but holy fuck, diamonds miss too. I really love this bet size. I'm just like, you know what? Fuck you. If you call, you call. Diamonds miss, straight draws miss. Wow, that is a fucking straight up money print there. I mean, it's, you still have to get called, but I really like the frequency with which I'm doing that move. Rhino, I think that was like a guy from Norway, maybe. Some crazy guy. You see this too. I'm not sure if my read is correct on him, but you see, like, what this is. You can say a lot of things about me, but I had some fucking heart. This is battling. This is fucking battling right here. All right, so we check all the flop with ace high. So we call a 6. Let's back it up for a moment. Back that ass up. All right, we call a 6x pre-flop. Not too big of a fan, especially with this guy being short in the big blind. That makes this a lot stronger, right? Because short stacks will be very tempted to go all in. He doesn't care about that. Even if he notices it or not, it always plays like a small percentage into his mind. It's a decent board to call with ace high on. The problem is if you play against somebody aggressive and you're deep and they bet pot on the flop, they're probably not going to want to let go too easily. There's a lot of cards he can barrel that I'm ahead of, but check call pots. I think this sizing, you punish this sizing most by just having a good hand that can easily call. I think that you play into his plans a little bit too much if you start check calling ace highs. I'm gonna go all the way, I feel. Oh my god. Am I really gonna call here? Oh my god, I would... Oh my god, please. Oh my fucking god, yeah! Yes, dude. Yes, dude. No fucking problem. $3,500, ace high. Wow, this is legit gangster. Like I said, I'm not, you know. Wow, this is cool. We're seeing some fucking hands that we're battling. We lost the 5.5k pot, but we're battling. We're in there. I like this. You see, we're seeing all kinds of hands like this now. Holy shit. Wow. Okay. I call you. 370. I call. 1170. I call. Oh, sickness. Nice. All right. Cool. I'm proud of myself. What is this? Little la. Always want to check if we see some names. Not a whole lot of names this table that we recognize at least. All right, so pretty dry board. We're gonna see bet. Ooh, that's the perfect turn because most of the time, I mean, sets of threes are much less likely now. There is only one combination left. Oh, I like the cheeky little check there. Do we check raise? Ooh, interesting. This is really mixing it up. All right, so, and of course, if you play a hand this way, you're never folding, right? Because the board is really safe. So there's no way you're gonna talk yourself into having to fold now. If you show weakness, if you underrepresent your hand, you have to make lighter calls. Because if you show weakness, you want people to respond to it. And in poker, people respond to weakness by betting. So you can't show weakness all the way and then on the river think, this, I could really be beat, you know, he could really have a set of fours. No, there's no fucking way. The moments you think about that is when you show strength, and somebody shows strength. So when you show weakness, you have to make lighter calls. And this board is fucking perfect for aces, so we're just gonna call and can't blame him for shoving there. The turn bet's probably a little bit too big, right? Because if I check here, why would you overbet? Because if I check here, the hands you want me to check call with are ace king, ace queen, pocket eights, pocket nines. So if you want to get value from that whole weak part that I check, then you should just bet like 125 here. Works with bluffs too, right? If I have king jack, I'm just gonna fucking fold it. So nice though. River definitely shove for him. He beats jacks, he beats better tens, he beats river queens. It's very unlikely I have spades because I'll bet them myself. So he's in a very good value bet spot there, but Trapperino. Yeah. Alright, so we're gonna punish on. I am Papa Banked. He's old school, right? He's in his fucking sick Swede. Jin, is that the I call so what? Is this a Dutch guy or no? I think so. This is the crazy Dutch guy. I think I'm not even sure. I'm not entirely sure, but I think because he was most famous on Full Tilt for I call so what. He went on like a $4 million upswing and then a $4 million downswing on the 200-400 PLO tables. Was one of the most insane runs to follow. But it could be somebody else. But anyway. All right, so everybody calls. This is a pretty decent board. It's very well. Oh, much better. He had the horse avatar. He was a crazy rich Brazilian guy that played a lot of the 25-50 hands in the end too. All right, so now what I would like to see is me make it like 260 here. Because now this is the problem, you see. Oh wait, I can't raise. This doesn't constitute as a full raise. Okay, so this is not a full raise. The only option I have here is call. All right, we don't have to talk about it then. Oh, that is such a good turn. 420, yeah, I guess. Oh, nice. We're just gonna get it in the end anyway. That's kind of a nasty river, but still gonna get some value. Only has 300 left. Ace 10, yeah. Yeah, that's a pretty nice pot. It's so weird, like, you know what, when I see a pot like this, it's so weird to me how this just kind of like, it's a $130 pot and somebody just gets sucked into it. And all of a sudden you're winning all in and it seems like such a setup for the guy, but what is the biggest mistake in his hand for him is just calling with ace 10 from the small blind. Ace 10 offsuit, mind you. Ace 10 suited would be fine, but... And this probably too. This is just greedy. Because if I have a bluff, I can just throw it away. Plus, I'm never bluffing, right? Because let's say I have Jack 10 here. What is the purpose of this bet? Because if he folds, I still have this fucking guy to worry about. So, you know, like, look at this. Because there's no side pot, right? If there's like a massive side pot here, then there's more point to bluffing But if somebody's already all in, if I have 3 deuce of diamonds here and he folds, I still lose. So this bet is really strong. This is actually so strong that you just see a lot of people check the turn here. To still be able to represent some draws or something. But then this min raise is pretty bad because that's also just pretty much never a bluff, and then you get calls, and then you get sucked in, and all of a sudden you lost all your money. That's how quickly it can go. So just you know, some little tip for you. Ace queen. Three-way. This is a dicey spot. Ooh, that's a little bit better. And this is always where you're like, okay, that's good, and then you hope that they don't fucking check raise you. I don't even know. Oh god. Do I shove? No, I don't, right? What the fuck? Why would I turn this into a bluff? Jesus Christ. Punty McPunter. What the fuck is this? This hand is not nearly weak enough to turn into a bluff. And you understand about what I'm saying, right? Like, why is this hand not weak enough to turn into a bluff? Because it still beats, like... it still beats a lot of stuff. It has a lot of showdown value. I honestly don't really know what I should be shoving with here as a bluff. Because what bluffs can I have here? Then if I have bluffs here, I should just fold to the fucking turn. This is tragic. It really does seem like... Okay, this might be a big statement, but I really feel like back in those days, people would just check call with high clubs. You don't really see players check raise here with what? King Jack with the King of Clubs or the Jack of Clubs. I don't think people really did that. Like, check raises on the turn were just the fucking nuts. And then this, I don't understand. You can just save I can just save myself 345 against a possible low flush. What if he has Jack 10 with just a Jack of Clubs or some shit? He's not gonna fold. And what if he has Ace 6 or Ace 7? He might fold. Am I really getting value? Does he really check raise those on the turn? God damn, this is a fucking bad bet. But, you know, at the same time, this is my 3rd year playing poker. This is like my 2nd year being professional. So you're also just, you know, you're blasting, you're battling, you're testing out the waters. You know, that it might seem silly, but not a whole lot of people were really hardcore studying. People were talking about hands and shit. I never really did that, but that doesn't mean that you shouldn't. It's really good to do it. But I just always played. I was just battling 12 hours a day, every fucking day. So, you know, you're gonna run into some hands where you think, what the fuck? But there might be some purpose behind it. There might be because you're playing against other people or against the same people every day. I don't know, but you know, there's always gonna be quirky hands in there. So we're super fucking deep. I really like that I don't go to like 80 or something. I actually think that you can make it bigger. This deep, you can make it like 120. But, you know, it doesn't matter. This is still good. 140, that's good. It's not really a turn you want to see a whole lot. The only upside of it is that people can have ace queen with a heart or king queen with a heart. But yeah, it's not too bad. But it also gives you, you know, people fold a lot now with 10s and 9s, even with a heart with it. But whatever, as long as it's at least it's not a jack. Oh, please don't raise. Okay. Jesus! This motherfucker. Mr. No Out on the flop. Are you fucking kidding me here? 3%. Oh my god, and the nastiest way possible. Get this fucking guy a heart next time. He doesn't have a heart, he has an icebox. This is ruthless. Jesus Christ. Wow, that's so rough. Oh my god, this hand. This is like one of those hands that can send you off the fucking cliffs. Really into the dark space of the online grind. Aces again. Blech. I hate aces. I always lose with aces. Said no winning player ever. There's legitimately there's some quotes, guys, that winning players never say. If you say them at a poker table, everybody knows that you're a fucking fish. All right, so don't say this shit is rigged. Don't say that. All right. Everybody who says rigged or Joker stars or the big stack always seems to win, That sort of thing, no winning players ever said that in their life, alright? And I forgot the point about this hand too. So, I wish I could rewind and hear what myself said, because that was also a quote, even though I don't remember it, but that was also a quote. Oh yeah, I never win with aces. I never win flips with ace king. Yes, you do. Yes, you do. I guarantee you. Some of them might have hurt more than the others, but if you played like a few thousand tournaments, your flips are gonna be dead even, alright? So don't say shit like that, because you sound like an idiot. You see people say in the comments sometimes too, of course this is just that bullshit online poker, I don't trust it. Well, why are you still playing it then? You know? Let the smart people figure it out. Alright, so we get check min raise. We're really fucking deep here. This is quite scary, actually. I mean, man, I don't even know, dudes. Just show me. Are you fucking kidding me, man? What the fuck is this month? This is all March. This is what a downswing looks like. This is what a downswing looks like. When you have hands like the King 10, this fucking hand. This is what a downswing looks like. 2 months in a row. Which is fine. That definitely happens, but you definitely see that we're just getting murdered here. Wow. Ace of spades too. I don't know. I have to say though, like, after the check min raise on the flop, I wasn't too sure, but then you see somebody show up with a hand like 10-7. And we talked about this in a previous video where somebody in the comments said, like, sometimes you see the hands and you try to make sense of them after the fact, but it's very logical because I'm looking into a poker hand that was 12 years ago. This was 12 years ago. So 12 and a half actually. 12 and a half years ago. So are you serious? Wait, 2006. It's now 18. This is 12 and a half years ago. Holy fuck. That's a long time. Jesus Christ. Okay. So I'm just trying to make sense of what happened back in the day, right? We're trying to paint a picture. We're trying to see what happens. And when I see this, I kind of look at it from a perspective like people check raised a lot of good hands, but then we see people show up with like Jack 8 offsuit. We actually did. This is the one I'm a little bit iffy about. That 8 makes a lot of hands, but yeah, I don't know. Whatever you want to say about it. That's all I got. 40. 90. This is also why, especially this deep, right? So why is it important to make it bigger when you're raising out of position? Because if you're this deep, you're just giving your opponent a chance to play a very cheap situation in position really deep. So every time the guy in position is going to have last say. That's a big problem when a pot gets out of hand or when a pot gets really big. And let's say you have aces on 10-9-5, turn 6, river 8 or something. That, like, pots like that happen all the time, right? Or it's like Jack 10-6, turn 9. You're out of position with kings. You're like, check or bet. And the guy calls and the river to flush completes. Check. So you want to really define somebody's range. And what defining somebody's range kind of means is that you make it smaller. You can make it smaller by raising bigger. So that's why I should make it bigger. Because now this guy doesn't know. 6-4 suited is in my range, you know? 6-5 suited, 7-6, 6-8, 6-9. All of those things that I could open are in there. And that's a problem. That really is. But if I made it, what, 40 pre-flop? If he makes it 200 here, 6-9 probably not in there. 6-8's probably not in there. 6-4's not in there. That's a big difference. And that's very specific to this board, but there's other stuff, right? Now he has no fucking idea of where I'm at. And that's the point I'm trying to make. Oh man, this is like one of those cartoons where your eyes kind of like bulge out. I like the raise because it's very clear that he's pretty strong. So we're gonna get called here a lot by queens and kings. He's just kind of like, yeah, okay, 150. Well, still looks kind of safe. But does he have a 6? And we come back to the point that he doesn't fucking know. If he makes a bigger pre-flop, boom, you can just fire 300 here, you know, and you can really go for some strong value and easier bluffs. But now it's just so undefined. It's much less clear. Yeah. So now we can raise. He calls. River's a king. Let's see if we shove or not. The king is like, I would like to see just a normal bet here, like 850 or something. I think. Because in people's minds, the king, if they have queens, the king is gonna be a scare card. Because the king is supposed to be hitting him, right? So me betting big on the king makes a little bit less sense, but all right. So we go for a normal bet. He calls tens. I like the bet sizing a lot, to be honest, because we know he can barely have a jack. Because he needs to bet a jack on a flop and hit the only jack in the deck on a turn, which is very, very unlikely. It's very unlikely he hits a king because we raise the turn. So if he has like aces, queens, and under pairs, he can have a king high flush draw, that's true. Or a king x of clubs. But I really like the bet sizing. I really like it. Well done. Alright, this seems like a very easy peel. Oh. I hate this spot because this is like, okay. I think it's pretty good to flat in a sense that I think it's pretty good to flat in a sense that if you shove, he bets 240 into 300, right? So he re-raises pre-flop. There's a big chance this guy has an overpair. But if he just bets 240 and you flat, you're gonna notice on the turn, because he's gonna check a lot of turns with ace king, ace queen. So that's why I like flatting a lot more than shoving there, because he's just able to kind of play perfect against you. Or at least you don't get the chance to play perfect against him. What the fuck is this bet sizing? This is way too greedy. Like, why? Like, the guy is 1300 behind, right? Why not just bet 320 here or something? 320 will do the job. It's also much better with bluffs, right? No, we have a whole lot of bluffs, but queens, aces. Yeah, I like the check, I guess. Maybe. But yeah, I like the flop call. I think that shoving there is just because you're gonna get called by overpairs so often, and you just don't do that well against overpairs on the flop, right? You know, like what, 27, 34. Still, I have the backdoor flush draw too. Okay. Oh, what? What the fuck? Are you on crack, dude? How the fuck is that 34? We have 8 outs. We have running 2 pair outs, but we have 8 outs. So that's 16. Okay, 32. Yeah, of course, it's 34. Oh, man. You see, but I'm confident enough in my ability that we do not edit these things out, okay? So you can fuck off with your smart fucking comments. Alright, nice pot. 3.5k. Boom, boom. Bling, blang, blow. Aska, sick hand. Okay, see, this is good sizing. 4x. And what he should be really worried about here is that if he shoves, I get to open the action again. So this would be a very bad spot to peel a 3-bet light. We will see. 180. It's about as good as it gets. Just shove it. That's just so bad. Alright. That's just so bad. Specifically because of this stack, but... Fuck. I don't know why that tilts me so, but... You guys know the deal. I get tilted when I lose past hands. Grandiose. Fuck this guy. Yeah! Fuck him up. Ace Jack. Are you fucking kidding me, bro? Bye-bye. Back to Sverige. I think this guy's from Sweden, whatever. This is pretty aggro. I told you, right? I told you guys, this is the guy that would like win all in against you when you're playing heads up, and then he would immediately sit out and then sit back in 20 seconds later just to tilt people. That's some next level shit. That's some next level fucking shit. You must be a really, really angry little shit in real life if you do that. As you can see, it still resonates. Some bad feelings in me. Okay, so again, me and Preposterous always seem to be 3,000 at least deep, which is really sick. We had some really sick pots. I would hate to see a check raise here. Nice. Just because I don't really want to blow up a pot out of position against somebody who's aggressive, who's good, and who's very sticky, right? This could be a good spot to lead. 180. Really would be. 160. 5. Okay. This is how you play aggressive players. Alright, fuck. God damn it. God fucking damn. You gotta be joking, man. You've got to be joking. Alright, that's just fucked. But I love the move. Because I'm in a big blind too, right? Like, which position in the whole table, think about that, which position in the whole table can represent low cards the best? The weakest position that already has something invested that closes the action, which is the big blind. So in this case, if you want to make bluffs on boards like this, don't do it when you're under the gun or some shit, you know, or when you were mid position and you call a raise. You just don't rep enough fours. But from this point, I mean, honestly, you know, you could check raise the set here too, but this is a really good move. This is just like, okay, fuck it. He had 3-4 offsuit for some fucking reason. He opened that with 2 shove stacks behind him, which is terrible, but it's fine. It's fine, you know. Nothing you can do. That's really when you say, all right, I like the bluff. All right, so I was ripping on somebody raising 3-4 offsuit from this position, and here we go with 9-8 offsuit. Why not? Is March over yet? No, it's 22nd of March. Are you fucking kidding me? That's a good flop, though. Overbetted. Why the fuck not? Please don't. I don't know, man. Okay, so by the way, I want to say that if you raise under the gun and you hit a board like this, it's really good to check. Because you can always check call twice, right? If I check call 80 here, I can check call 220 on the turn on this board always. Because I have a parent and a straight draw. The good thing about checking here is that you're not strong enough usually to go for it. Also, if you have ace king, ace queen, ace jack, king queen, king jack, all of those hands, you're checking this board. Because there's a guy from the small blind and a guy in position. There's too many hands I can call here. This is a very bad board. It's way too coordinated to bet with ace high hands most of the time. So you really want to check hands like this to not be exploited. Because if I bet this and I check all my ace highs, anytime I check, this guy can just fucking bet and take it, right? So that's kind of like a balance thing that you really need to take into account. And it's a balance thing that immediately pays off. Because if you check, people are just going to start betting because they think that you have ace high. 400s. Oh, dear lord. Oh, dear lord. So, oh, 45% is not bad. Oh, this is going to hurt, buddy. Fuck. Jesus Christ, man. It's a good thing I won a tournament 2 days ago. Which will be on YouTube soon. Actually, it was already, I think. Maybe. Haha. Don't want to put any pressure on my boy extempore. Alright, so that's just fucked. I really hate the way I played this hand. You can make a legit case for folding here too. This is a pretty big raise. You're out of position. If you call, you hit a 1-card straight, are you really gonna make money? Maybe they have a better straight, maybe they flopped the straight already. You could just be drawing to an 8. You know, if somebody has like 9s. Even 10s is terrible, right? So yeah. Sucks. That's all I wanted to say. Alright, when we're this deep, we definitely should be 3-betting this hand. Alright, definitely can peel in position. It's not too big of a bet. We have a backdoor flush draw too. Ooh. Anytime they bet the turn on this board, when it's this coordinated, because it's such a bad board to like bet with ace, king, ace, jack, all those air balls, you just know that you can raise for value when they bet again. This is why like betting small just doesn't really do anything for you on this board. You're just gonna get fucking raised and sucked in. If you have a hand like king, queen, checking this turn is so much superior. Oh, interesting. I guess if on a non-ace I'm shoving. But the ace just is too much of a scare card for queen, jack, king, queen. Ace, queen, no. Wow. Alright. Yeah, I mean, you can't, like, this is one of those things where you think in hindsight, oh, I could have made so much more. But it would have been bad. You know, it just would have been bad to overbet all in here. I would have had to bet 1300s, whatever. You see that it just looks too strong. If this is a 4 or even a king, it's much better on. Because people just are inherently scared of aces. Nice hand. 6-8, there we go. Under the gun. There's dead money though. This was like a fucking red flag for me. I would bull my way through it. This is always 7 of clubs. Let's go. 180. We're gonna just flat here. We're in position now. It's different, right? So like what we talked about earlier when you have low flush draws, if you're in position and it checks you on the river, you can actually turn it into a bluff. And if somebody bets, you can just fold. You know, you never have to show down 8 high if you don't want to. So we can just call. Spade, of course, fantastic. Or just get it in. I'm gonna get called by queen jack with 1 spade. Ace king, actually. Wow, okay, nice. Big pot. We're just always deep on these tables. It's crazy. It's also because of long sessions, the reload trick, whatever, you know, that is not here anymore. So pretty awesome. Pretty awesome. All right, guys, last hand of this marvelously bad session. There were some good ones. Oh, we're going to finish it with a bang. 26th of March. Save me. I don't like that small bet. Why not bet like 170? Everything that he has with a diamond in it or 7-6, 5-6, 5-4 is going to call, so. Ace. Oh. That's fucking great. Easy call now. Holy shit. Eek. What a fucking month. Alright, so we're gonna leave this video tilted. What a fucking month. Oh. Alright, guys. So that was it for this week's old school video. I'm really glad to be back. WCUP is coming up. If you want to know how to study more than this, more than just poker theory, make sure you check your Raise Your Edge links in the fucking description. There's a WCUP sale going on right now. It's $250 for the expert class, $150 for the apprentice, and $200 discounts on the bounty course. And the discount codes will be in the description as well. It's what I use to study. I can wholeheartedly stand for it and say it's the best training product out there. Check it out. You know, talking like this about poker is really useful, talking with your friends, everything, but that really gives you all the tools that you need to study individually as well. I will see you next week with another old school video. I hope you enjoy the YouTube starting up again. Much love. Like, subscribe, please, and leave a comment if you have any additional things to say, and I will get caught up in comments. I fucking love you guys. Peace out.